Hey everyone, welcome back to Burra Country. I'm Peter, and this week I am listening to words like hardtail, softtail, left hip, right hip, broken hip, and a few other things like that, and sick and fully sick. These are the words that you're going to hear around here because I'm in Wesburn Park, and this is the pump park at Wesburn, but behind me, up on the hills, way up there, is the first stage one of the Warburton Rail Trail, not rail trails, I'm not on rail trails, the mountain bike trails. So this is stage one back here behind me. Now you can, if you go all the way over the hill and follow the trail all the way down, you'll actually meet the Lilydale Warburton Rail Trail. Shot up to the top of the hill, and when I say shot up, it took me an hour and a half. Didn't bring the e-bike, thought I'd be tough and bring the other bike, and that was stupid. All the people on the e-bikes were just passing me. So anyway, it took me an hour and a half to get up the hill, about 20 minutes to get back down it again. So first time I've ever been on an off-road trail on a bike, ever, in 60 years. So there you go, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And look, the first trick I learnt was bring your e-bike if you're going up the hill. Later on, in 2026, early 2026, there's going to be a shuttle service here that takes you up to the tops of the hill somewhere. So you would be able to, I assume, pay for a shuttle service that'll take you up the hill, and then you can just ride down the trails. And the trail was great coming down. And considering it's the first time I've ever done that, that was a hoot. So that was pretty cool. Now behind me is the Wesburn Park. There's a lot of people here with bikes and that. I'm not filming up close to anyone because there's kids here. So, but the pump park's here. I'm going to even do a lap around the pump park just for the sake of saying I've done it, because I've never done that before either. But this was pretty cool. So I'm going to say, other than the ride up, because there was heaps of people on e-bikes really just shot past me. And if you've got an e-bike that can actually do mountain trails or do some reasonable trails, doesn't have to be super. There was no jumps on the way down on the bit of this and bit of that track that I did, but it was a lot of bumps, and I even got a bit of air for a moment on one of them, unintentionally. But yeah, you don't need... you could go up there on your e-bike. It is very steep going up and very windy, so just be prepared for a bit of a hill up. So those who are experienced on mountain bike trails, it might not be a thing for you, but it was a serious way up, and I got to tell you, the way up was torture, the way down is just fun. It was awesome. I'm going to be doing that again. Warburton is going to be the mega centre of cycling, really, in eastern Victoria, the way they're going. They've got the Lilydale to Warburton Rail Trail. They've got the stage one of this mountain bike trail, and there's 30 kilometres of trail here. That includes going up the hills. But that's just stage one. There's lots more to come, and a lot more complex trails getting built here. So there's a lot of stuff happening here. The rail trails are extending way all over the place in this region. So Warburton's going to be a central point, and you're going to be able to get to all sorts of places in Warburton, from Warburton on a bike. So whether you're a road cyclist, a trail cyclist, or a mountain bike cyclist, this is going to be the place for a long time. They are really pouring some money into this region, and they are really making this. So if you've got a bike, like, they're making this great. If you've got a bike, you're going to have to come out and check this place out. So please. So as I said, first time in my entire life I've ever been on a downhill dirt trail, ever, in 60 years, and it was a hoot. I had great fun. The going up, terrible. The coming down, awesome fun. When I get the e-bike back up, I might do that again. Not just this week. I'm going to have to recover from today. Anyway, don't forget to take water with you. I left my water behind. That was the dumbest thing I've done in a long time. So anyway, don't forget your water. Don't forget a bit of a snack. Getting up there, you need some juice when you're up there, and a bit of energy. Wow. Considering this is the first time I've been on a off-road, really, the rail trails are about it for me. This is a bit of fun. But it's work. This is good. Caution. Poor trail conditions. Oh, so let me get up the hill here. Okay. It's really muddy. Oh. Oh. Wow. That's really muddy just there. Probably hear that. That is the mud. Well, no, about down there a bit, but I walked halfway up the hill. The hill took me an hour and a half, and it took me like nothing to get down. It's insane, and a lot of people are on e-bikes going up, and I thought, seriously, like I rode half the hill up, like I thought I didn't do too bad. But it's so steep and so far up the hill that nearly an hour and a half it took me to get up the hill.
Wow.
And I got back in like under 30 minutes. Man, the ride down though, I gotta say, I'd be a sucker for when they get the shuttle. I'm going to be a sucker for the trail, pay the shuttle fee and just. I wouldn't come back unless I did the Dyson.
Did something go wrong with the bike?
No, it's just me.
Oh.
Just me walking up there, getting up there. It's a long way up, really steep. Really steep and very windy. There's a lot of people walking, I can tell you. There's a lot of kids being towed up behind e-bikes. They're on their little bikes, and he's on the same as my bike. There's a dude on the electric version of this. He just goes roaring past me up the hill. I'm sitting there going, for goodness sake, seriously. Barely pedaling. Good, thanks. That's the stupidest thing I've done in a long time. It's getting up the hill was and I got an e-bike, and I thought, I won't bring one today. I'm just going to take the regular bike. I probably should. And I left my water back in the car too, which was stupid, which I'll go back and get. But I thought, it's the first off-road trail I've ever been on in my life in 60 years. But it was the coming down, I got to say, that is the best thing I've done in a long time. Really? Yeah, that was cool. And so I just said, when they get the shuttle, I'll be back. As I said, first time in my entire life I've ever been on a downhill dirt trail, ever, and it was a hoot. I had great fun.
He gets upset.
So this is where I can come out and practice my berms.